So, Agit and Leil Shishi everyone. The Shishi Parashas Vayichi, Tov Shin Pei Vov. Happy New Year to everyone. My Rebbe Zechayin Leruch is a Chetzadik because he used to drink L'chaim on the night of Rosh Hashanah L'Goyim. He said in the name of the Apteruv is to say Hashem Yispor B'chesoiv Amim. Hashem counts for us when the Goyim have a New Year. So I heard a nice story today from Moshe Weinberger. He said that the Heilige MBD Shiur, one New Year's, after everybody left in Shul, he sat down by his place, put down 2 cups, filled it up with mashke, made a shahakal, said, B'nai Shalom L'chaim, Agit Giben Shiur. And the Gabbai was in the Weiber Shul looking down. He says, what? So he approached him and he asked him, Rebbe, what's geschehen? The Heilige Rebbe Levi Yitzchak Baditchev. So he said to him that there was a very heavy decree on Klal Yisrael, a big gezerah, and he's been trying since Rosh Hashanah to overturn it. And every time he said Amelis Yoishe for Klal Yisrael, the Satan, the Mekatrik, always came up with something negative. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Sikkas, and Simchas Torah, and Shana Rabbah. He said, tonight, I walked out, and I saw all the Shikirim, the Goyim. This one was dead, this one was half dead, Matzach geharget, and geschlugen, geschickt. I said, B'nai Shalom, come on. Wie ist das Rosh Hashanah bei uns, wie ist das Rosh Hashanah bei sei? Das Batla gesehen, said, B'nai Shalom, L'chaim. Yeah. Oh. Ah, eat from Eretz Yisrael. Look at this.
Starting?
You missed the L'chaim, but it's okay. By the way, we should bring a L'chaim. Yeah, good. Okay, the first stickle, Tefer Shloime. So we know this week's Parsha, Yaakov Avinu was getting sick. Yosef heard that Hina Vicha Choyle, and he came to visit his father. That is brought down in Chazal that until Yaakov Avinu, there was no warning before a person died. He gave a hapshu and it was the end. Yaakov Avinu was in Spalal that a person should be able to do tshuva before he dies. He should have a. So he was like the first one that became sick. At that point, Yosef Atzadi came to visit him, and he said to him, I don't want to die. I don't want to live here. I don't want to bury him in Mitzrayim. I want to shachafti him avoisai. Take me back to Maros HaMachpelah, to Yisrael. Zog the Heilige Tefer Shloime. V'asisa modi chesed v'emes, Pirush Rashi, chesed she'oisim im amesim. Hu chesed shel emes. When you do a chesed with someone who's not alive anymore, that's called chesed shel emes. Because if you do a chesed with somebody who's alive, you're expecting something in return, normally. She'ein mitzapeh l'tashlim gbul. You're not expecting anything in return. Person is already in Nishav De'avel, Tashin and Shemaim and Gan Eden. Zog the Tefer Shloime, Ayim Beramban, Shehik Sholov. He asks the Kasha. Rashi is saying that Chesed Shel Emes, over here we see Chesed Ve'emes, not expecting anything in return. But we see by Eliezer, it also says, Im Yeshnam Oisim Chesed Ve'emes Es Adoini. If you're going to do Chesed Ve'emes with my master, with Yitzchak Avinu, and over there, he was alive. It was not in the Chesed Shel Emes. There's no possibility of return. It's known before him. We know that there are certain neshamas come down to this world. They are born on a different level. They're born on the mountain. They are born lechatchila, holy, and their whole life is that way. Aber v'yesh, there's another situation. Asher achakach, even after a person is born, sometimes a person can do a mitzvah metagit kavuna, misaber v'dovik bo eze neshama gevoya, so he can get an ibur neshama. A different neshama will come in from a tzaddik, will come into him, The people who know Kabbalah know about the situation. So what's the purpose? What's the point of the neshama yisera? Person has another neshama and tzaddik, and what? So what? Moisif koyach v'chayil b'avodas habayra. So that neshama gives the person the oomph to be moisif and avodas Hashem. Keima oimdim be'ezroi. They're there to help him. That's what it says in Chazal. Haboletai, someone who comes to be, who wants to be toher, Messiah noisoi. They help him. Who helps him? And neshamas ha'elu, these neshamas, the Ibur neshamas, Messiah noisoi avodas habayra. V'chein Amr also says Amaschil mitzvah oimnal v'gemoyer. Person starts a mitzvah, famous saying, everybody knows the Maschil mitzvah. Yeah, you started Maschil mitzvah oimnal v'gemoyer. You tell him finish. Where's the oimnal? Who's the one that say it? Miu oimnaloi. These neshamas that when it's aber in him, that he was koine through his maisim tovim, so these neshamas tell him, you started the mitzvah, finish it. Your house should be open and should be a gathering place for chachamim. Like the Pasuk says, "B'chochma yivne bayis." With chochma, with Torah, you build a house. What is the house? Hu nefesh, the nefesh of a person. So here, beischa, your nefesh should be beis vad lachachamim. Rotzeloima, tochin nafshcha b'mitzvahs. Prepare your nefesh with the mitzvahs that you do. V'tiske, you will be zoichel and nishomis rabish lachachamim. If you do many mitzvahs, you'll have more than one chacham, more than one tzaddik. Come as Abra in you, and that's Beischo, your nefesh should be Beis Vad Chachamim. A gathering place for the Chachamim, the neshamas that come to be with you. He was a Rishon. I intentionally wrote his date. He was born 950 years ago, Kimat. Talmud Muvik Shel Rif, who was a Rishon, and he was the Rebbe of the Rambam. Hoyeboy kam neshamas mit Tanoim. He had many neshamas nisaber in him from Tanoim Agdoshim, Kimavur Bar Yizal. V'hoz, when you get to that level, you have neshamas of tzaddikim nisaber in you. Ti'eshoyis batzomes v'reim, tas ha'mitzvahs b'cheishik rav. Then you'll be able to do every mitzvah with a ganze brem, with a koch. Your rucha, they're going to be ma'oyer you to do the mitzvahs properly. V'zeh shenem b'melechas ha'mishkon, v'chol chacham leiv bochem, yevoy v'yasu. The bochem l'chayr is miyuter. It doesn't belong here. Should have said chol chacham leiv yevoy v'yasu. All the people who have the chochma to build the mishkan, they should come and do it. It says bochem. Zok the Fesh Loim mehem and neshamas hamu'uborim bochem. These neshamas which are nispach to you, they're in you. Yevoy v'yasu kol hashetziv Hashem. V'yasu kol chacham leiv bochem. So Taka, we see later on, it says that the Chacham Leib, Bochem, who had the extra neshamas, they should come and do the Melechas HaMishkan. Neshamas Halyoinim, also imohem. Those neshamas that were within them, within Betzalel, they helped him out to do the Melechas HaMishkan. Melechas HaMishkan, Besoidis Amukim, with all the Soidis, which we learned in Kabbalah. It wasn't stam built a building. It was with Gvaldi Kavonis. V'zeh Kavonis Rashi Chesed she'oisim im ha'meisim. When you do the Chesed with the meisim that are within you, she'ha'meisim ha'gdoshim oisim imoi, hu Chesed shelemes. Ken bevadei Kavonis mamitis, because the neshamas from the other world that come to be with you, they're not looking for any reward. They don't need you. They're coming to help you. In the Mitzapim Tashlum Gvul, v'lishum Kavonis Elosai Gvaldi Yishtikul Maradik. So Yaakov Avinu, as he was saying goodbye to his children, he said, "Hey Osfu v'agidu lechem, get together, gather together, and I will tell you. Agidu lechem, I will tell you. Asher yikra eschem b'achas hayomim, I'll tell you what's going to happen at the end of time, which is in our times." Yevur is also a piece of Sefer Shlomo. Yevur al pi mashoma b'kosav moshcheni. We say to the Eibush that's in Shir Hashirim, pull me. I'll run after you. If you will pull me closer to you, I'll run. Perish. or the Mispalim LaKodesh Baruch Hu, we daven to Hashem, Lahamshich Yisonu Eilav v'midas HaChesed. He should pull us with Chasodim, with Chesed. V'anachnu nerutz acharav, we're going to run after him. Ki be'inyan kinyan Meshicha, if a person wants to be koine, a behemah, you're buying a behemah for somebody else, how you koine it? Two ways. Beis afanim. Echod hikisha b'makel, you give her a schmitz with this stick, vitova, and it comes to you. V'habeis, and the second oifen is, koire lo v'ibor, say, come to me. Yeah? Zog the Heilige Yitzfer Shleime, in the oifen rishon, begin so kisha b'makel. So how's a Kadosh Baruch Hu koine us? Two ways. Either he calls us nicely, or he gets a hashmitz. We all know what that means, yeah? So the fact that Kisha B'Makel, the fact that Hashem hit us with a stick, we got already our chelik, v'tzlalnu b'koyve the Golas Hamar, we dived into this heavy Golas. We are hoping Lias Hagula v'Yeshua b'Eifan Hashenis. Hashem should redeem us, be Goyal, Klal Yisrael, and we should have Yeshua with the second Eifan. Hashem should call us nicely, with chesed. That's what Yaakov said to his children. Hashem will call you l'achas. He'll call you with love. He was davening at the time for the end of days, which is now, before Mashiach will come. We don't have koyach anymore to suffer the heavy goals. At that time, Hashem will call you, B'kriya Ba'alma, just to call you nicely. He'll bring us closer to Him by calling us closer. Oz, at that time will be, Hashiveinu Hashem Elecha, there's a machloiket b'Klal Yisrael and the Eibishter. The Eibishter says, we say Hashiveinu Elecha, pull us closer to you in the Shuvah. And the Eibishter says, Shuva Elah, you come back to me. So we're going to win the battle with Yochid v'Rabim, Malachik Rabim. We are Rabim. The Eibishter is Yochid. So we're Bezoichet, Hashivein Hashem Alecha v'Neshuva, B'Shuva Shalem Echad Shemeni Kikedim. So the Rabbeinu Bachya was a Rishon. We used to have a neighbor here, Olav Shalom, Rabbi Oizer Clark, who was very much into Rabbeinu Bachya, so Rabbeinu Bachya all the time. Bachya was a Rishon. And every week's parsha, beginning of the parsha, he has a shtickle as an introduction to the parsha. And this is this week's parsha. He brings the pasuk from Mishle. It's be'oirach tzedakah, in the way of tzedakah, chaim is life. There's life. When a person gives tzedakah, there's life. B'derech nesiva, and the pathway of tzedakah is al movis, where there's no death. Zog der Rabbeinu Bechai. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He's coming to praise the greatness of tzedakah. A person who is connected to tzedakah, he constantly is involved with tzedakah. Eikev is at the end of time. In Olam Haba will be very rewarding. V'yamim al yemei hamachzik bo toisif. And the days of the person who gives tzedakah will give him more life. V'nehit yeshuas hanefesh v'aguf. That's the Yeshua for the nefesh and the guf. V'ya'oil al mishvet merechas hakechovim. We know there is the system, the solar system. When a person is born at a certain time, it's mashpia on his life. A Mazal Yisrael means that the Mazal doesn't control your life. But every person is born on a certain Mazal. If you do mitzvahs and ma'asim tovim through tefillah, you can change that Mazal. But we're all born a certain Mazal. Shari b'yadua, ki chaye ha'odam nigzorim heim kefia mishbot hamarocha. The amount of a person's life, the years of a person's life, is destined by when he's born. In other words, a person is born, he'll have 120 years, 110 years, whatever it is. There was a story, a very interesting story, and it's brought down in Shmuel. I don't know if anybody learned Novi. Ever learned Novi? Shvacha Maises. By us in Shiva, we learned a little bit of Yeshua, just Yoitze Zayin. But the story of Dod HaMelech and Shaul HaMelech We know that Shaul HaMelech tried to kill David HaMelech many times. He was jealous of him. And one time there was a haftarah that we say, one of the haftarahs, that he invited him to Sudas Shchoidish. Oh, Arak. He invited him to Sudas Shchoidish, and his attention was to take care of him. But Yonasan, who was the son of Shaul HaMelech, was very good friends with David. The Gemara says, Ezu ahavish enit lui b'dover, which is a real love between people that's not totally in something, it's not dependent on something to gain. So Ahavas David v'Yonasan. So Yonasan and David were very, very close. And Yonasan knew that his father is out to get him. He told him, run. And he made a simon with him. I'll tell my Heisbucher, my Meshamish, he'll shoot the arrows, if it'll go to here, to there, whatever. So later on, David HaMelech was on the run constantly. Shaul tried to kill him. And in one situation, David was hiding in a cave, and in a deep cave, a dark cave, and Shaul HaMelech came to do his thing, to remove his soilus from his body. He didn't know that David was in there. And David cut off the edge of his beged to show him, I had the opportunity to kill you and I didn't kill you. So Lamais, after when he left, he said, hello, you see, this is yours. I had the opportunity to kill you and I didn't kill you. So it softened him for a while, but then he, again, pursued him. And someone came and snitched on David that he's in this place. And Shaul came with 3,000 soldiers to entrap him and do what he got to do. David HaMelech was notified that Shaul arrived and he's in this place. And he went up to a high place, to a mountain, to be able to look down. No, the cave was the first time. He went up to a high mountain to be able to look down. And he saw that Shaul was sleeping with his Shomrei Rosh, with his bodyguards, and there's 3,000 soldiers around him. He was in the middle, but they were all out cold. So he said to Avishai, who was his nephew, Avishai ben Tzruya, he said, who wants to come down with me? He said, I'm going with you. They went down, they were all out cold. And his spear was in the ground, and his bottle of water, his jug of water was right next to him. He took both things and they went back to the mountain. And he started screaming, hello, anybody there? So his Avner ben Ner, who was his chief honcho, he said, who has the chutzpah to wake up the king? He said, who has the chutzpah to wake up the king? What about you? You're supposed to take care of him, you're supposed to watch him? Where's his spear? Where's his water? It's right here. Hello? Shame on you. You all deserve to be dead. This is how you watch on the king? Kitzah, so Shaul woke up and he heard David HaMelech's voice. He says, is that you, David HaMelech? He said, yes. So before, we have to go back and stop because it's related to these words over here. So his nephew said, this is Hashem. Hashem gave you this opportunity. Now it's time to take care of him. So he said, no. He's Mashiach Hashem. Hashem anointed him to be Melech. I can't do that. His time will come. That's the word over here. His day will come and he's going to die anyway. So Lamaisa, at that point, Shaul said to him, I realized, Taka, that you had two opportunities to kill me. You didn't. But despite all that, David HaMelech left Eretz Yisrael. He was scared to be in Eretz Yisrael. He said, I don't trust him. You never know when he'll chap him the thing again. So he left Eretz Yisrael for a while. I think it was away from Eretz Yisrael a year and 4 months. And then he came back and, the rest is history. So he says here, so we're talking about what? That everyone has a destined time to die. That's what David HaMelech says. His day, when he's supposed to die, is going to come. His day will happen automatically. You also see in Melachim, it says, made David Lomus. The time that he was destined to die through his mazel. Also by Moshe Rabbeinu we see, the Eibusha said, your days have come close to the end of time, the end of your journey. That's the time that was Nigzam Neshamayim from when he was born. Sagt bei der Bechai, Vav, Bisham Rechasakachov Machie, Vesayes Meyodem Nixorium, although the muzzle that a person was born under, that has a certain time that he is supposed to die. Yesh al koyach hamarocha koyach elyon, but there is the koyach which is above all that. According to the schar and the oynish, which is destined for this person to be alive. Kemoy, shehoisev l'cheskiu hamelech shenema, yoisev al yamecha tezvav shonim. The famous story of Hineni Roifelach. Ko yomar Hashem, shamati, estvilosecho. The story there was that Yeshaya Novi came to Cheskiu HaMelech. He said to him, Ko yomar Hashem, tzav lebeischo, it's time to say goodbye to your family. Kinecha meis, v'lo tichya. Meis v'lo mazeh, v'lo tichya lo mabo. He said, why? That's what did I do wrong? He said, because he didn't want to get married, because so Baruch HaKodesh, that he's going to have a son of Rosha, Menashe HaMelech. So he said to him, what do you mean? You're getting involved in the Eibish's cheshboinus? And the Eibish's cheshboinus, what are you getting involved in the Eibish's cheshboinus? You have to get married. You didn't want to get married, so Hashem sent me to tell you that it's over. So it says over there, Yasef, Cheskiyah Melech Panav Alakir. He turned around to the wall. The Gemara says, Mekiras Libo. He went into the inner core of his heart and he started crying. So it's brought down in Malachim and in Shai also, that before Yeshaya Novi got a chance to leave the outer courtyards of the king, Hashem gave him another nevuah. He said, go back and tell him, Shamati es tfilasecha, I heard your tefillah. Reisi dimosecha, I saw your tears. Hineni moisav al yamecha tezvav shona. He added to his life 15 years. And so at first he said to him, why did you give me your daughter? Maybe in tzchis of the both of us, your daughter, Tzedekis, and myself will have a... He said, no, that's not your business. But Lamaisa, Hashem gave him 15 years extra. Sometimes you see the opposite. Hashem will diminish, he'll minus years from a person's life. When he was sick, he went and davened to the Getchkes. The Getchke of Ekron. There's no God by us. You're going to the Getchkes? You're sick now. That bed, that sick bed that you went on to, you'll never get out of this bed. You're going to die. So we see that sometimes through a mitzvah, a person gets extra life, and through Aveira, will take away from you. That's what Shlomo said in this passage that we started off with. Giving tzedakah, it's a gewaldige, powerful midah. Koyach godel, it has a tremendous koyach, has a tremendous energy. Upiria, and the fruits that come out of the tzedakah is chayim, life. So shenemar ba'oirach tzedakah chayim, in the way of tzedakah is life. Kloim atoisves chayim ala nigzor, you get additional life on what you are destined to have. Which is Dorsha B'Sein, Zlo B'Binyamin HaTzadik, Murdik HaMayis of the Gemara. Shemimun al Kupus Shel Tzedakah. B'Binyamin HaTzadik, he was in charge of the Kupus HaTzedakah. Bo lefonav Isha B'Shnei Batzoides. A woman came to him in the year, there was a hunger year, there was a drought. Amr le Rebbe, Parnaseini, I need food, I have a bunch of children at home. Amr lo, he said to her, Avoid, I swear to you, She'ein B'Kupus Shel Tzedakah Klum. It's empty. I emptied out the tzedakah, so she's not kan geld. She said to him, I want to tell you, Rabbi, if you're not going to give me parnos, if you're not going to give me money to eat, to feed my family, this woman and her 7 children are going to die from hunger. So what did he do? The charity, the party, didn't have any money whatsoever. So he went, took it from his own cheshbon, and he gave her money. Yomim, after a while, Binyamin HaTzadik got sick and he was about to die. The Malach came to the Eibush and they said, you said, somebody who sustains even one life of a Yid, it's as if he sustained the entire world. Yom HaTzadik who gave parnasa to a woman and her 7 children, Yom is b'shanim mu'utais, he's going to die young. Tana, we learned the Gemara, Hosifula Chov Beis Shana. He got an additional 22 years because he gave tzedakah. So Shlomo HaMelech says, "Vayta v'dech nesiva al moves," and the path of tzedakah is not death. Kloima, kim shekain, a person who gives tzedakah, betuachu, he's guaranteed ki b'dech nesiva lo yimtze moves. In all his ways, wherever he shall go, he's not going to find death. Ki kol hadoyrech nesiva. So a person who walks in that path of tzedakah will not die before his time. Like we all see in Mishnah, it says, "V'tzedakah tatzal me'uvaves." Kloimar, tzedakah, he megina olav, it protects him. Shelo yamas koydem zman, he shouldn't die before his time. Ki ma'achar she'tzedakah hi moisif ala nigzar. So we see that tzedakah even adds life to a person's life, adds years to a person's life. Is kolchkin. So the life that he was destined to live, he's not going to find death before his time. What's tzedakah? Tzedakah is when you take out of your hard-earned money and you give it to someone else. You're taking away a part of your life and giving it to someone else. You tell a guy, you explain to a guy that they're eating to give millions and millions of dollars to tzedakah. They don't understand it. I remember one year I heard of an incredible meiser. President Nixon had filed on his income tax return. He gave charity $64. That was a deductible. There are different levels of tzedakah. Yes, tzedakah, shita nadam pruta loni minu umos. Sometimes you give something to a goy. It's also tzedakah. Yeah. Gidoyle memeno, there's a greater level of tzedakah. Loni Yisrael, you give for a poor Yid. But he's not from your nation, he doesn't live in Seagate. Somewhere else, he comes from somewhere else. Lemala memeno, a higher level than that is, shitnena la'aniyah iroi. You give it to the poor people of your town. Shenema, esa oni imoch, the poor person who is with you. Oni she'imoch, he lives amongst you. The malam emena, a higher level of tzedakah is she'itnena la'oni kroivoi, give it to your relative. Like it says in Yeshaya Novi, mebesorcha lo yitesalem, from your own flesh and blood, don't pretend you didn't see. The malam emena, she'fana says bonov, give me tzedakah to your own children. Yeah? V'lechein amar Rabbi Zein Azal, you'll soon see. Who said Ma'aseh tzedakah? Nish poshet. Mai d'chsiv. What? Ask the Dayan. He has a different opinion. He has a different opinion. I don't know.
The money that you're allowed to keep, giving that is called tzedakah.
The Gemara sagt, Ashrei Shoimrei Mishpat, lucky are the people who heed the Mishpatim of the Eibishter. Oisei tzedakah b'chaleis. He does tzedakah all the time. Every minute of your life you can do tzedakah. What's a shaykh? Ela sagt the Gemara, Zazon es bonov ubenoisev shem ketanim. Your children when they're young and you feed them, you clothe them, that's tzedakah. The malam emeno, a higher level is shumefarnes ovi v'imoy. You give charity to your parents. Shumekayim mitzvahs kibud avehem. V'hi tzedakah gedoyla she'ein lecha malam emeno. There's no greater tzedakah than giving to your parents when they're in need, versteht sich. Not to buy a Tesla or a Genesis. Al-Kain, therefore, because it's the highest level of tzedakah zok Rabbeinu B'chai, sechor arichas yomim, that's why Es arichas yomim. Mida keneged mida. Ushekosel man yerichu namecho, man yerichu yomecho. Zehu beoirach tzedakah chayim. That's the pshat, beoirach tzedakah chayim. And zeh mida keneged mida. Ve'achei matzinu b'Yosef. Now he brings it into the parsha. Shepirnes es oviv, shvayse shona. In mida keneged mida. B'schut tzedakah shasa Yaakov imoi. Like we just said, as Adam Fanas is born of Yah, Shepirnes es shvayse shona, shekipirish Yosef miyoviv. When he left his father, Ben Shvayse Shana, he was 17 years old. Shenema, Ele Todis Yaakov, Yosef Ben Shvayse Shana, he was 17 years old. Ubeschus Shepirnes Yaakov es Yosef Shvayse Shana. Beschus of the fact that Yaakov gave Yosef tzedakah for 17 years. Matzino, so we find in this week's parsha, Shepirnes Yosef Yaakov b'Mitzrayim Shvayse Shana midikeneged mido. Shekosav v'chi Yaakov be'etz Mitzrayim Shvayse Shana. Interesting shtickle. So first of all, we learned that a person's life, when you're born on a certain mazel, you're supposed to live so many years. If you do mitzvahs ma'asim tovim, you get extra. If chas v'sholem fakert, you get chopped down. That's the Nifin chorus. Shem Yirachim, chas v'sholem. So how about L'chaim? We're drinking L'chaim tonight? We said that you missed it. We said the story about the Heilige Baditchev, Arak. The Heilige Baditchev drank L'chaim on New Year's Eve. On New Year's, I don't know if Eve. So the Abter of my Rebbe's Chanel used to drink L'chaim on Hashem Yispoch Chsei V'Amim. No, on New Year's. Abter of gesagt Hashem Yispoch Chsei V'Amim. Da ist die Zeil für uns. Gute Sachen. B'chsei V'Amim, wenn die Goyim jähren sich. Zij schreiben the neue Jahr. But Baditchev, Heilige Baditchev, drank L'chaim after everybody left. He took 2 cups. I only have one. L'chaim. He filled up 2 cups. He macht a shakel. And you think L'chaim said, the Boine Shalom L'chaim Toivim L'shulim. Danach Sazana L'shune Toive. Ksiv Chsima Toive. So I get you. So the Gabber who's in the Weiber Shul saw this, and he asked him, was it pshat? So he said that it was a heavy gzeira on Klal Yisrael. So when you come late, you get the story twice. Other people came late too, yeah. So he said there was a gzeira on Klal Yisrael, and he tried Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and Sukkot and then Simchas Torah, Shana Rabbah, tried to be in Vadal Gzeira. Whatever he tried to be in Melis Yoisha and Klal Yisrael, he came in the Mekatrig and he chopped it down. But he said, last night, New Year's, I went out in the street and I saw the Shikirim, the Goyim, and einer schluckt sich einer der andere, my heart is like, this guy is dead, this guy's half dead. I said, hello, come on. So she's shuna by them, she's shuna by us, come on. Buri chato adinoi, lahaini melech hoidem shahakoi, lenir bedvoi. Mein L'chaim. Shall be Zoich Hashem Yispa B'chsei V'Amim. He should count for Klal Yisrael all the goodies. Because what does he do with money? He does only mitzvahs. Say for a male Pamishlana, you take a yid, you turn him over. Fall raus Geld. Was for Geld? Geld for mitzvahs. Sa'afim Saneis V'Sarosach Haftim. Yeah. What did you say?
We have to make L'chaim. We need to show the Torah this week. We need to show the Torah.
This year is going to be a gewaldige year.
Oh my God.
The alle sonnen from Mapula, and all who try to do bad to Klal Yisrael should have the biggest Mapula be a Kiddush Hashem. The Bani Shalom L'chaim. Who? Hij gezegd, kijk even bij ons. Hij gezegd, Bani Shalom. Hij gezegd, Bani Shalom. Wie zit ons bij Yid? Rosh Hashanah. Hashem uresim lo tevel v'yoshvei v'o metzitet von Yom Adin. Agoy schicket sich un. Was dit Agoy? Nee, wusst nie. Ja, warte. So I said that the Roshun and Kippur sick is that you can't poil him. Aber gib a kick, look at this. Ich kann auch nicht trinken, ich habe getrinken, ich habe die Roshun. Es war Sam ist Tufresh Lamed Ches. Bein Poides Yosef, Bein Poides Alayoyin, Bonois Tzaado Alei Shur. This is the Gemara. So we know that the Mishkan Shiloi, before the Beis HaMikdash, the Mishkan Shiloi in the Chelik of Yosef HaTzadik, and in the Beis HaMikdash, in the time of the Beis HaMikdash, you were able to eat karbonis, kodshim, depends on the level of the kodshim. Had to be within the Azorah or in Yerushalayim, but out of Yerushalayim was out of the question. But Shiloi, there was something different. Wherever you could see the Mishkan Shiloi, no matter how far you were able to see Beroya. So he explains. B'Shiloi Chelik Yosef, ha'yikodshim necholim b'kol roya. No matter where you were, as long as you could see the Mishkan Shiloi, you were able to eat kodshim. Why? Because he was mekadosh his eyes, he was zoiche that in his chelik, from wherever you could see. The Chudishurim nimtzukum tois, because he was mekadosh his eyes, kiddush kol meshoich roisa ayin avchutz l'chaymer. He was mekadosh as far as you can see because of his eyes. Chazal say after the mechitza shel Basel, even a mechitza of metal walls, a mafsekes ben Yisrael v'im b'shamayim. Omnom, kifi achibe shenimtza b'bnei Yisrael k'may ben la'av. But if we have the love to the Eibishter like every child has towards his father, or most of the children, I'm going to say every child, but most of the children, kach mizbatlen kol hamechitzas. So when a person has a love for the Eibishter, so all the mechitzas shel Basel, they break down. V'yashleima bonois tza'ado alei shur. The Egyptian women were standing on the choimes of Mitzrayim to look at him. So the bonois noshen binyan choime shabin hispashet lahalna ad shur. That the binyan of the Mishkan Shiloi went as far as ad shur, as far as you can see. Shu stakle shiyam nimshach hagdusha b'chol roya kanal. We say it every Rosh Chodesh, or whenever we say Tilim. Hayom Rav Ayonos. What did it see? When the ocean saw Aroinu Shel Yosef, it ran away. B'schuswa Aroinu Shel Yosef. That by Yosef says Vayonos Vayetze Achutza. Vayonos, he ran away from her. It's negative teva. He was a 17-year-old good-looking guy, and here he was being enticed by all these Egyptian women and by Potiphar, and he was loichem negative teva. So the choim is because of his vision, because of the fact that he watched his eyes, so that you were able to eat kodshim in any place that was able to see the Mishkan Shiloi. Because of his Shmira Sinayim, he was zoiche that forever you could see the Makam HaMikdash, his Mishkan, you were able to eat kodshim. But the Chaim HaKodesh has also a Murdik shtickle on this same concept. Bein Poides Yosef ben Poides Alern. It says twice, Bein Poides ben Poides. Tama Keiflu, what does it say twice? Loima Kilebei Sedodem Roy who lived those. For two reasons, he was worthy of multiplying. Echad letzad mashu Yosef, kaim namzal, roy Yosef lahamad yud beis shvotim. The Gemara says in Soite, the ones who just learned Soite in the dafa in the koilel evening. The Gemara tells a story that Yosef HaTzadik vayefoyzes roy yodov. From his 10 fingers, when he had the Nisoyan, he lost 10 tippus. There were 10 children that he lost. That's why he only had 2 children. V'habei is the second reason why he was zoiche to have multiple, his shevet was very, very large. Because he didn't go after his eyes. That's what the Pasuk says, Bonos tzadu elishur, Yizbar adechan mazal, she'esh es poitifar. Sein Schwieger, sein heilige Schwieger. Kora kol nishei asorim v'agdoilim. She brought all the VIPs, women and girls of Mitzrayim. V'chnisa Yosef, she threw a party. V'chnisa Yosef, the Yosef's name. He became the waiter. What was the tachlis? V'kavutzam v'keifam, and they surrounded him ke'atzoda, like a necklace, like a scarf. Alei Shiur, what was Pshat Alei Shiur? Kedei lahabit boy. They always wanted to look at him, and they wanted him to look at them. Afa bikein ruach hakodesh meida olav shlei hibit oven b'Yakov. Kshem shehu lo yistakel behem, kemoi kein letish l'tayin hore boy. Just because he is midah keneged midah, he didn't look at them, so he was zoiche that there's no ayin hor on him. Like that was by Foizes Roy Chazal. As gelernt Seite, nein? Go back. Seite Lamed Vav and Beis. You have the address. They threw all their jewelry at him. He didn't look up. They figured they'll throw jewelry, he's going to look up. Huh? He looked at the jewelry. No, they threw, but he looked down. He wanted to see the jewelry. Good English. I was a little kid. I don't remember. I don't know the backstory. Why isn't she? You know, tell us. Ali Shiur. Asnas ba Poitifera, warte. Osnas bas Poitifera. Osnas bas Poitifera. Ja. Osnas.
Osnas is geen dienstdag, dus ik kom van Schem, hè?
Ja, it's okay.
Nee, gewoon ken niet.
No.
Daaraan geworfen, een kijkel, eraan, zaan, whatever, wat hem gedroegd.
I don't remember that story.
Deze bezaan stiep, deze bezaan stiep, dan voelde stiep.
Ja?
Die genoemd van haar waard.
Maar hebben het niet de heiligheid in de massa.
Kennst du nog, dan hebben we het gezegd?
Nein, I don't know the story.
Nou, Osnas is weer een stiefkind.
Ken ze aan.
Sie ist dienstdag.
In der Zeit Osnas was Poitifera. Ken ze aan, de kennst ja. Sagen sie, du kennst nicht. Ich kenn nicht. Anyway, so the Gemara, we spoke about this once the previous year. Rabbi Yochanan was a very good-looking person. Rabbi Yochanan was a tzaddik. There's an inyan of looking at a tzaddik. It brings you to Shemayim. So Rabbi Yochanan used to sit at the Sharat Tvilis, that the women should look at him, and they should think about him, and they should have children as beautiful as him. He was a very good-looking guy. So they asked him, Ashkamor for 9 hora. So I said, Anu mizara de Yosef. There shall to be any bisha. I'm from Yosef's children. I'm a Shomer 9. I'm not scared of Ein hora.
The guy says that Asnat was the daughter of Potiphar in Potiphar.
That's as they state. They state in the Torah. Yeah.
Potiphar is the Medrash says Potiphar is Hashem Shem Befatim Adonim. Rabbi Nizar, but Potiphar.
There's also a the Gemara. Rashi brings the beginning of Yosef when he became his servant, Potiphar's servant. Rashi says that Bob Malach v'Sirsoi with Masarasim because he had a taiva to Yosef. So it could be that she was born before. If that's the case, I don't know. Yeah, he was Masarasim.
The name
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a Medrash, right. Okay, let's see the next piece. Medrash Rabbah. Huh? What time is it? Really? Okay. 9:20. Those who want to stay later, we can do the whole thing. Those who came late, especially those who came late, we can. There's a lot of beautiful stuff here. Zog the Medrash Rabbah. He osfu vagidu lechem eis hashiyikre eschem bachas hayomim. Tziva oison al machloikis. Yaakov Avinu was telling Klal Yisrael, his children, Oma lahoin. He said to them, Tiu kilchoin asifa achas. You should always be together. Ba'ahava v'achva v'reus. Ado hidichsiv, that's what the Pasuk says in Yechezkel. V'ata ben Odom. I think it was last week's Haftarah. Kach lecho eitz echod. Chsoiv olav. L'bnei Yisrael chaveiro ksiv. Naso bnei Yisrael agud achas. Klal Yisrael became one. Achdus. So the Medrash says that Yaakov said to them, when you will see that Klal Yisrael became unified, Haskinu atzchem legeula. You should know that the Geula is coming. Maksiv achrov, vasis yeschem legoy echad. Es hashiyikra eschem bachas hayomim, Reb Simon Omar, what does that mean? B'yachas hayomim? Mapolas goyg heralehem. He showed them the Mapola of Goyg and Mogoyg, who will come to fight against Klal Yisrael. Mamdani is Goyg and Mogoyg? Ken sein. You have to find out the gematria. Hado moda at chsiv. Ba'achris hayomim tiyeh. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, what did he show them? Binye Beis Hamikdash heralem. He showed them the Binye Beis Hamikdash. Modat Omar, oy ba'achris hayomim, yehar Beis Hashem nochoin, it'll be corrected. V'nahar ve'el of kol hagoyim, and all the goyim will come to the Beis Hamikdash. A couple of small pieces. If you want to continue, I'm okay. Book kleine Stücklich. Zog der Heiliges Vasem es Yosfu Gidelechem, he kovtzu v'shimu. It's a double lashon. First it says Yosfu, gather. He kovtzu is also gather. Zog der Heiliges Vasem es Ikir hagolus hu she'enim echoylem nis'asev libois b'nei Yisrael ke'echad. The Ikir hagolus that we have is because of the fact that we can't unite. We can't love each other. That's why we ask by Chodesh Benchen, the Kabbalah Niduchenu. The Eibusha should gather the fact that we're separated. B'Shabbos Kodesh, the Misachtim Berozo de Echad, we unite with the Sod of Echad. That's why in Shabbos there's always a Soiris for Geula. You can sit down for a few minutes. We won't throw you out. So this next shtickle is mamish auch the mordige shtickle. Pam echad bo lefnei Arav HaKodesh ha'adma rebistol mirushin zechatzadik l'rocha. Echad mechashuv el chasidov. One of the chasidim, Choshev chassidim, came to him and he said to him, Rebbe, bikesh men ha'shiyemele eze dova toiv, tell me a psagud zach, she'atili te'elis ha'tomid. I should be able to use this forever, should stay forever, at te'elis. V'amar lo, he said to him azoi, da, you should know, shekoidem bias HaMashiach, tamad adasa Yehudis alchut ha'sayre. The Yiddishkeit will hang on a hair. Before Mashiach will come, the ganze Yiddishkeit will hang on a hair. Va'etze, what's the etze? This Gabriel zeh, he lis asev b'chol Shabbos kodesh. Yidden should get together every Shabbos with dabe migdoyle shol tzadikim. Tell sipurei tzadikim. V'teizo is te'eles, it'll be te'eles lechizuk adas ve'emunah, to strengthen our Yiddishkeit and our emunah. V'azemer Amos HaKosuv, he osfu v'agidu lechem es hashik re'eschem bachas hayomim. Yikra meloshen kar v'tzoinan, there's then a kaltkeit. Haina kridis b'emunas Hashem bachas hayomim. U'letrufel lezeh, and the eitzah, the medicine for that is, he osfu u'ledaber b'emunas Hashem. To get together, Shabbos Kodesh, and speak about the tzaddikim.
Yeah,
What?
we're doing much better than this.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yiddishkeit hanging on a thread.
Yes, it is. Oh, absolutely. How many people do you know that are connected to the Eibishter?
There's a lot of good Jews out there.
Where? Tell me.
Because they verbring Friday night.
Yeah, those Jews are talking emes. Yeah.
There's a lot of good things. A lot of...
Is the Mekayim, the Shtikos Osam.
In the Welt, it's
The emunah is hanging on a hair.
Compared to different, who doesn't mean every person can be like this one? Right. Then you have to do
the Yidden have been growing since the Holocaust. It's still the same.
Yeah, yeah. Moshe, you're lucky you live in Seagate. V'hoisif and the Heilige Rishone, the oilem waxed, but who's connected? How many people do you know here? No, I'm talking about our community is holy. Basic people today, every single word that they daven, they're connected to the Eibishter. They learn Torah, Yomi, they learn Mashiach Das from the Eibishter. Yeah, really. Can you introduce me to them?
I'll tell you something. Today, I had an emergency in the bakery, and she went down.
Okay.
5 o'clock, 5:30, she went down. I just want to say one thing, and I'm calling mechanics, cousins, crackers, kleinets, davinyets, phones are off. I just want to tell you, I'm talking about hard-working people. 6 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock, I couldn't get through it.
You didn't answer to what I said.
No, I'm just telling you, these are covered in the kegel.
In the kiggle, yeah.
5, 6 o'clock at night, they're learning.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't say they're not learning. I didn't say there's no Torah. There's no question about it. There's Torah.
It sounds like we're off the cliff.
We are.
Worldwide,
The only thing he's saying compared to the Freie Euler maybe, and maybe Christ, we don't
Not compared. We are hanging on it here. We are hanging on it here.
worldwide, Yidden didn't grow since the Holocaust. The same amount of Jews, 40 million since the Holocaust. We're not growing. There's boilers and everything. The world's big.
So he said them 3 things to remember. Echad, shetiskru heitev is dvorai. Git gedenken was gezoek. Remember very well what I'm saying. Beis, shetekayim is dvorai. You should be bekayim what I'm telling you to get together every Shabbos and speak about the Sipur Tzadikim. And the third thing I'm asking you, shetefarsum uzois berabim. Be mefarsum berabim, that the only way we will survive is... No, this is the Heilige Rishone. No, this is the original. The Heilige Rishone. Said it is Chosid. It is Chosid. Koide met gezuk tapshat and pusik. And then he said, on top of that, I want to tell you something. Before Mashiach will come, we've been hanging on a hair. And if you do this, get together on Shabbos and speak about tzaddikim and learn the Divrei Torah. Shloach Kodesh, okay. Moshe bet nach a stickel, I'm fine. I prepared this, so I'm okay. Vayikra Yaakov es elbona vayoyme osva giderchem es hashikra es mach zayom, who goes on the same concept. Bikish Yaakov the Galas is Akates, like Rashi says in this week's parsha. Al ken amaloshen ha'asfu, get together. Ki I efshel Akates shiyovoy. It's impossible Mashiach will come and will come to the end of time. Kishiyesh benechem sinas chinom. I don't like this guy because he belongs to that party. I don't like this guy because he wears a different hat than me. And we should be zoichetake, be beachtus, and bring Mashiach now. L'chaim, l'chaim.
Take it up, let's assert this. Osnat is wearing the Tochter from Dina, and Yaakov sent it to Mitzrayim, and she became Bas Mitzvah. They adopted her because they couldn't have kids.
That's what he's saying.
It's the same person, Bas Mitzvah, because they adopted her.